Hello viewers, welcome back to our YouTube channel, KC Accountancy Education Center. And today we want to look at the regulatory framework. We are continuing with our series. In the previous video, we had looked at the principles of Islamic finance. And right now I want us to look at the regulatory bodies for Islamic finance. And you will recognize the fact that the way I'm lecturing it is the same way that you'll find it on level 2, because I'm taking it in a sense that you need to get up to the speed, so that, because I know this is very important and this is where I want to get the easy marks, that's why I'm providing everything. So the regulatory bodies for Islamic finance. So this has never been examined, but at least we need to have it in mind. We need to make sure that at least we can be able to understand what we are doing. But you have to take note. As I said, I'm presenting it in the same way it is supposed to be taught as of level 2 financial management paper, because they revised what was on level 3 and they took it to level 2. But the examiner has a right to pick from the concept that we studied from the financial management paper that's on level 2. That's why I'm taking it from the very basic point of view. So, but I'm going to highlight the things that we were supposed to cover as far as Islamic finance for advanced financial management is concerned, because there are very few basic things that we are supposed to pick, with the assumption that most of the things you studied them in the financial management. In other words, we have got two regulatory bodies that regulate Islamic banking. One of them is the accounting and auditing organization. Accounting and auditing organization for Islamic financial institutions. Financial institutions. That is abbreviated AAOIFI. And this was established in 1991. Of course, as I said, this Islamic finance is more in the other side, the Arab countries. So it was established in 1991 in the Kingdom of Bahrain. And it is the one that prepares. Its role is actually, the role of this is to prepare it prepares accounting, it prepares auditing, it does governance, it does also providing the ethical and Sharia standards. That's what it does. So this body, the AAOIAI, that is accounting and Auditing Organization for Islamic Financial Institutions has issued, so far it has issued over 56 standards, 56 standards, and it has membership spanning to 28 countries. Of course, as I said, this keeps on changing, so members keep on coming with over, of course it has over 110 institutions. And in Uganda, as I said, we have, of course, even these, they keep on increasing over time, because just like in Uganda we had no Islamic bank, but now we have that Salam Bank. So you can see they keep on evolving. So that's the first body or first regulatory body that prepares the accounting, auditing, governance, ethical, and Sharia standards. So the second one, of course, now we are looking at the international one. The second one, the other body that is regulating Islamic finance is the Islamic Finance Services Board, IFSB, Islamic Finance Services Board. So now this one is setting, it is the body that helps to set standards. This is a standard setting body, and it is based in Malaysia. The place is, that is the place. I don't know how you pronounce that, but what I know, it is in Malaysia. And you've said it has over 110 members. And these 110 members, they include regulatory, some of the regulatory bodies, like of course the IMF, International Monetary Fund. Of course, IMF will not miss, World Bank will not miss. Of course, even the Islamic Development Banks, Islamic Development Bank. So most of those are the key international bodies that are responsible for regulating the operations. So even these banks, they are supposed to be compliant on those standards. They have standards on how they prepare their own staffs. So we want now to look at regional basis, regional regulators. We look at, depending on where the bank is, if the bank is in Uganda, if the bank is in Nigeria, what are the regulations that are there? Now I want to look at other regulations, but these other regulations, they are local regulations or that are on a country level. These are international regulators. So let's look at other regulators. Other regulatory framework. Now we are going to base on what is happening in Uganda. What are some of the things? Now, the new syllabus, it's talking about regulatory framework, and it points out the following. But what it points out, you'll find that it's taking most of the financial institutions. So let's look at what the syllabus is talking about. These are locally, or they are countrywide. So we have the Financial Institutions Act of 2016. Of course, this is for all financial institutions. Financial Institutions Act 2016. This one, its role is it governs all financial institutions in Uganda. And it is the one that is providing regulations of Islamic finance. Number two, we have, of course, when there is an act, expect there to be a regulation. You know, the act is always brief, but the regulations are always detailed. These regulations, they are the ones that stipulates, or they are the ones that give detailed analysis of what the act is actually meaning. So we shall also have the Financial Institutions Regulation 2018. But this is basically Islamic banking. Then we have also the Insurance Act of 2017. Insurance Act of 2017. We also have TACFUL regulation. TACFUL regulations. So these are some of the regulations that are available locally. So you can check out some of these things, like the Financial Institutions Act. That one you can download and look at it. But it is governing entire financial institutions in the country. So you can download whichever you can download and have access. You see what they talk about. And this is what they are doing. Of course, in the for examination purpose, they are not going to ask you so many things. They're just going to, if the question happens to be on these regulatory bodies, it's going to be asking which regulation and what does it do. It does what as far as Islamic finance is concerned. But just know, as I said, that Islamic finance is not all that something that it has been there for long in Uganda. But that doesn't scare the examiner from examining it. So you just need to know what it is and what it talks about. Just a brief statement of like 2 lines of what it talks about in regards to Islamic finance. Just like the way we say that the Financial Institutions Act of 2016, it governs all financial institutions. So whether you are going to be an Islamic bank, you are also a financial institution. So you are going to be regulated by that act. So that's what we are basically going to be talking about. So it's, as I said, it's a new area and the examiner is talking about it. So we need now to see if there is anything to do with corporate governance. Now we need to look at the corporate governance. Corporate governance in or under Islamic finance. Under Islamic finance. We haven't started the topic for corporate governance and ethics, but we want to look at how the institutions are going to be managed. Because corporate governance is all about managing the organization, and that's it. How the organization is managed. So since it is an institution, it's supposed to have corporate governance is supposed to be there. For any institution, if you don't manage it well, you'll find the organization is going to be collapsing. So we are going to look at some of the things that we are going to be looking at. We are going to be looking at the Sharia Supervisory Board. So we want to understand, because it will be the organization that is going to be looking at how the organization is supposed to be. It's the one that's supposed to guide on the entire operations of the business. So the Sharia Supervisory Board is what we are going to be basically focusing on. We see its roles, and we see the roles, and also we see the members. What are some of the members that are supposed to be part of that Sharia Supervisory Board or Sharia Supervisory Council, whichever they call it? So that's what we are going to look at, but that's going to be in the next video. As I told you, these videos are going to be a little bit short to enable you to look at topic by topic and be able to understand the concept. And that's the reason as why we are going by this kind of methodology. So thank you for watching. Endeavor to subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notification bell icon so that you can stay notified whenever we upload a new video lecture. Thank you for watching. Let's meet in the next video.